I feel like personally that's a boundary that I'd like to keep. Do you miss your 9 to 5 and do you have second thoughts sometimes? It can be kind of lonely. How many videos did you make before you really took off? And I was shook. Welcome back to another video. I'm super excited because we are doing my very first Q&A today. I've watched so many of these videos and I just never thought I'd get enough questions to do one of my own. So I'm actually about to get ready because today we're getting our headshots. So that's what I'm getting ready for. And it's perfect because I haven't really gotten ready like this in a while. So I can film a video, chat with you guys, do my makeup, and it's gonna be a good time. Thank you guys for all the questions, by the way. I feel like there's a pretty good mix in here. A lot of it is YouTube, but I'm gonna include some timestamps in the description if you want to go to a specific part. I kind of grouped them just so I'm not rambling forever in this video. Let me actually clip my hair. By the way, I filmed a vlog and you guys will see I did get my hair touched up, so it's looking darker, and I actually wanted to get it touched up, as silly as it sounds, for this headshot because she was looking a little brassy. I also did my nails last night. So shall we jump into it? I'm so excited. I will link all the products that I'm using in the description because I feel like I'm gonna forget to tell you what I'm doing. So the first category, let's call it, is basically around career, life after quitting. If you guys don't know, I haven't been working for the last couple months now as I'm recording this. I did put moisturizer on. But anyways, so one of the questions, I'm so bad at this, I'm like a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, what is your educational background that led you to your previous job, and do you think that your former work experience skills has helped you in content creation? So I studied marketing and then I went to work in marketing. I mean, it's a whole other story of trying to figure out what I wanted to do, but thankfully once I finished in school and I was looking for a job, it still felt like what I wanted to do. And marketing is definitely something that I'm still interested in. I think having worked in marketing though, a lot of that has been really helpful in content because you think about making videos and writing titles, thumbnails. A lot of that stuff is basically marketing yourself instead of a company or a product that you're trying to sell, which would have been my job previously. You're trying to market your content and your brand. So I do think a lot of that has been helpful when it came to content creation. So the next kind of touches on what I just spoke about, but when you were thinking about possible careers way back in high school, what other type of jobs were you considering? And did you change your mind many times? Are you glad you chose your career path? Or looking back, do you think of the what ifs if I chose a different career path? I really had no idea what I wanted to do when I was in high school. In fact, I remember being in high school and a lot of my classmates were applying to universities. Most of them had an idea of at least what they wanted to major in, and I had zero clue. I don't think I've talked about this before, but I was not very academically motivated, not until like I went to college. So I ended up going to college first for social sciences actually, but I quickly changed directions, so we're not even gonna count that. I was not really invested in the program, I guess I'll just say. That's actually how I ended up finding marketing, is because I took it as an elective course and I ended up thinking it was super interesting. I never even knew what marketing was before I took it as an elective. So I really didn't know in high school, but then eventually I think I was drawn to going into social sciences because I was really interested in psychology, but I never really saw myself in one of the roles. I really admire therapists and counselors. It's not an easy job, but for myself, I just couldn't really imagine being that. So I kind of changed my mind because I had originally gone into a different program, but I am really glad with my decision, and I haven't really had a what if moment because I wasn't set on actually finishing that program for social sciences or pursuing psychology. So the next questions are kind of life after quitting and that decision. Do you miss your 9 to 5 and do you have second thoughts sometimes? I don't really miss my 9 to 5. That said, I wouldn't change anything that has happened or any of the jobs that I've had because I feel like no matter where I end up and the next job that I have or wherever life takes me, even the things I know now of business and how to work with brands and stuff, I feel like a lot of that I would give credit to my previous job. But I don't have any second thoughts about the decision to leave. And also with missing it, even like I was talking to my boyfriend about this, I feel like I've just been filling my time with things that actually bring me so much joy, and I never would have gotten the opportunity to like just have time to breathe and do things that fill my cup, you know, spend more time on my passions and stuff like that if I didn't decide to leave. I think I do miss working on a team though. That's one aspect, and I've talked to other people that do YouTube and stuff. It can be kind of lonely, especially if you're already kind of alone most of the time and then now you don't really work with people either. That aspect of it I felt a couple times, but for the most part I feel like I've been really happy with my decision. Definitely thought, thank God I feel like this, because if not it would be pretty freaking scary. You just don't know until you try something, right? Next question. How did you know doing YouTube full-time was the right path, and did you ever doubt your choices? I did talk about it in a video kind of recently, but basically it's not that I had quit to pursue being an influencer or content creator. It was more like I had finished my job and now my full time is consumed with YouTube. So I do see myself getting a job. I don't exactly know when, but it's something that I've kept my eyes open for. In the meanwhile, YouTube is something that I'm spending a lot of time on. I don't think I would have made a decision to just quit and become a content creator at the stage that I'm in. There have been some opportunities that I'm so grateful to have gotten, especially with the timing of it having been right after I had finished my job, but I didn't know those opportunities were going to come up. It just happened to line up that way. But it wasn't as if I had decided to quit and do this. So I really can't say if I thought or know if this is the right path, but I am really grateful that things fell into place within the timing that it did. I have not doubted my choices because I think things that are meant for you will come to you, as cliche as that sounds. And I feel the same about when I find a job that feels right for me. So I feel like this question is kind of hard to answer because it wasn't like I just quit to do YouTube full time. But in the future, I feel like that would be so cool if I felt like I was in a place to make a career out of this. That's my full-time living, but it's not right now, and it wasn't when I was leaving my job. It's taught me a lot though, having the time to like be in the mindset of a full-time creator of what could be possible. All right, now we're getting more into the YouTube specific questions. I feel like I've made no progress on my face, but to be honest, I don't wear a lot of makeup. Also, these are my healed eyebrows from microblading. I had to get a touch-up, which I didn't show you guys, but I did the touch-up after we got back from our trip to Turkey, and this is what they look like now. I think I'll do a little bit of makeup on them just because typically if you're wearing foundation they start to look a little too light, but otherwise I'm really happy with them. Okay, back to the questions. How does your family slash friends feel about your YouTube journey? So I have actually only told people in my real life about YouTube except for my boyfriend because he lives with me, but I've only told my mom about a month ago. When I told her was when I already had left my job, and her reaction was like, I'm so glad you have something to do. She was like, I thought you were just sitting at home all day watching TV without a job. And I'm like, no. I have things that I've been doing and this is what I've been doing. So she was really understanding. I think in terms of friends, I eventually told them individually that this is something I'm doing because I'd rather them hear it from me. But that didn't happen until like the last few months. My dog is going crazy in the background, so I'm in the bedroom. But if you hear noise, it's because he is keeping himself busy out there. Did you ever promote your channel or content to the people that you know, or did you find growth anonymously? I never promoted my YouTube among the people that I know, except like I said, I eventually told my close friends individually, but it wasn't like, make sure to subscribe and to spread the word. It was like, don't tell anyone about this. I just wanted to tell you, and that's it. Funny story was literally the week after I finished my job, one of my coworkers, my ex-coworkers, texted me and was like, why did you not tell us that you're a content creator? And I was shook because I never wanted anybody to know. There's like no way that you're gonna hide your content forever, but I was fully prepared to try to hide it as long as I could. But once that happened and I realized like people from my past job already knew, at that point I was like, whatever. But I'm typically not someone that like broadcasts my YouTube on Instagram. I don't know. I think you can grow from it. For me, I just wanted to give myself some space to enjoy YouTube and not worry about people from my real life or high school or work, etc., potentially watching my videos. But at this point, it's kind of all out there. How long did it take you to get your watch time to 4,000 hours? So I actually talked about this in my YouTube monetization video. So I went back to look at that video, and from the first upload I did when I restarted making videos, I had already exceeded the 1,000 subscriber threshold. So I was only looking for 4,000 watch hours in order to get monetized. So from the first time I uploaded again, which was January 8th, 2022, until I was eligible, which was March 22nd, that would have been a year and a couple months basically. And it took me 44 videos to get 4,000 watch hours. The main video that did well for me was the camera comparison video, and I also made 19 shorts within that time. But shorts don't count towards your watch hours, but I just felt like including that in there. Have you always been comfortable with the camera, or if not, how long did it take you? So I would say my first vlogs especially were very awkward. I was not comfortable at all. I don't know, until you like really try and just hit record, sometimes it's not as easy. Like even now, sometimes when I'm trying to say something, I'm like, It's gotten a lot better though, I will say that, but it did take some practice. I'd say it took me at least a good half a year to like really start to feel comfortable. And even then, I feel like my tone in my videos has changed. Now I feel like I can let myself relax a bit more. So definitely wasn't comfortable at first, but practice makes a big difference. And even if you don't upload a video, like if you want to make videos in front of a camera, just try to record a few and get that as practice. And I think that helps build up your confidence as well. Do you think it's more valuable posting consistently or posting less frequently but to a high standard? Especially if you're in the early stages, I think posting consistently at a higher frequency is more valuable for two reasons. One, it'll help you get more practice also with like talking in front of a camera, etc. Like you have to actually do that to see improvement, I think. And then also because the more videos you put out there, the more chances people could potentially find your channel, which I think will help you grow. How many videos did you make before you really took off? It's kind of funny because the video that did the best and is the top performing video on my channel right now is my first YouTube paycheck and how much YouTube paid me. That was made May of this past year, and it took a while to really grow. So I uploaded it in May, but it wasn't until like July and August that it blew up. So that video I think has made the biggest difference. I also made a video about friendships, not having friends growing up, and that's my second most viewed video. Somehow both of them kind of blew up around the same time, so it was a good year and a half before I started to like see the most growth. And then I got several questions around tips for content creation. Some of them are kind of similar. So the biggest one that I had received was around tips for small YouTubers or beginners. For that, I would say I have a video all around how to get started on YouTube. The first part of that video is more technical and the tools that I use. I think there was also a question about what I use to edit. That video goes in depth on my editing process, everything, but then there's also a lot of tips that I would still highly recommend. So that has the best explanation of tips. There was one question that was tailored to YouTubers in Canada or any tips that are specific to Canadian creators. So my advice on this would be to try to use that to your advantage if you want to make content that's based on your location. I really leaned into Toronto vlogs. I felt like I didn't really see that many vlogs of people in Toronto. There are some, but compared to like New York and LA, there's still people in Toronto, you know? So like people in Toronto might want to see vlogs of people in Toronto, or people that might want to move here might want to see vlogs of people in Toronto. And same for Vancouver. When I'm visiting my family out there, people might want to see Vancouver vlogs. Or even if you're in Edmonton or other places, I think there's always a market for local content. That said, it will depend on how much demand there is. Toronto is a pretty big city in Canada, so that kind of helped. Try to think about that and if it applies to you. Otherwise, just thinking about Canada in general, there is a market for people looking at content of Canada. I just realized I'm running out of time and my battery died, so we're gonna fly through the last few questions. These are more miscellaneous and personal. Would you ever consider doing a couples Q&A / involving your partner in your content? I don't think so. I feel like personally that's a boundary that I'd like to keep. Not that you guys don't know that I have a boyfriend. You've seen him before. He's around and he's been in the videos. I just don't think I want to put my relationship as much in front of the camera. I've also heard a lot of not so great stories of that from people that make vlogs. It might change in the future, but I don't have any plans of changing that for now. What has been your favorite part of doing YouTube, and are there any memories or experiences that stick out? A big thing that's recently come up is meeting people. I'm part of this accelerated program now, and I've met people through that. I've also met people just through YouTube, like people that I watch on YouTube, and making connections with people through that. So I think my favorite part has been having the chance to meet like-minded people now, and there's nothing cooler, I think, than getting to chat with people about something that you're passionate about and you guys share a similar passion. So I think that's definitely been one of my favorite parts. Okay, I'm like speed running through these so my camera doesn't die. Are you planning on ever leaving Toronto / your apartment? And then the follow-up question, just because it's pretty similar, is if you're planning to move from Canada, or is this your ideal place to live? In terms of Toronto, I would say this is definitely not going to be our final destination. My family lives in Vancouver still, which is across the country, so being on the West Coast has always been in the back of my mind. And then in terms of Canada, I don't see us leaving this country. Love traveling, love visiting other countries and everything, but I would call Canada home. So I do think we'll always stay within Canada. What are you doing for Christmas? We are going back to Vancouver because, again, my family's there. So I'm super excited because I typically only get to see my family in Vancouver like once or twice a year at the most. This year was special because we had a wedding to go to in Vancouver, so that'll be my 3rd time back this year. So that's what we're doing. I think those are all the questions I got as I'm recording this. Hello, it is Editing Celine here. I had to stop in quickly. I've never done this before, but I was finishing this video and I realized I actually left a few questions out. I was basically trying to compile and organize everything so it would have sections, you guys can go to the right parts, and as I was doing that, I ended up missing a few, so I am so sorry for that. But also, I was hoping to get this video out way sooner, and I ended up moving a few things around because I wanted to get a couple other videos out, and here we are. So thank you guys for asking the questions. I promise you the next Q&A will be a lot better, but thank you for all the support, and here's to many more Q&As. All right, back to the video. Make sure to stay till the end because we are gonna go on a photo shoot that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So thank you guys again for leaving those questions and for all of your support. With that, I'm gonna get myself changed. I'm already wearing the top that I'm gonna wear for the shoot. I need to put some pants on. I'm wearing sweats right now. I'll probably take you guys along to see a little bit of what the shoot looks like. I don't know if getting ready and talking at the same time is a skill that I possess, to be quite honest. All right, this is the outfit of the day. Not that I'm gonna wear the jacket for the actual shoot, but I really wanted to pair this with my outfit because it is so cute. This jacket is from Saison, by the way. It is a French brand and they kindly gifted it to me. I'm obsessed with it. So let's go to the shoot. I'm super excited. Yay! Hi there.
Hi. Could I get the name, please?
Celine.
Okay.
How are you? Thank you.
I don't think that I got time for shit when no one's hitting on my line. I've been waiting for this all day. Homie said that he gon' slide. I got a shawty and she right with me, but she working overtime, you see.